What's up, Cougar Nation? This is Elliot Higgins here, joined by Coach Andrew Palmer of the women's volleyball team. The women's volleyball team took a 3-0 straight sweep of Blackburn this past Saturday. Had Lily Hunt, India Day, and Rachel Livesay led the team in kills. Milena Adler led the team in assists, and Janelle White led the team in digs. Can you just talk us through Saturday and how it went?
Yeah, I mean, it's always nice to be home after being on the road on a longer trip, and so I thought things went really well for us. We started not so hot, started with a pretty big deficit and found our way back, and so just a quick lesson to learn there. But once we got rolling, it was pretty easy to continue that roll going.
Yeah, the one thing I wanted that actually you just brought up was you guys went down 17-9 in that first set, and being able to fight back for that and take the first set, which is always a very crucial set to take.
Yeah.
Can you just talk a little bit on the fight that your team showed in that first set and how that kind of led to you guys setting the tone for the day?
Yeah, I think we just came into the match just a little flat and just a little quiet and just kind of showing our youth a little bit, and so just took a timeout, probably a little bit later than I should have, but just talked to them about the standard and what we need to do, and we crept our way back into it and found a way to pull that set out and find our groove again.
Yeah. Go for practice this week. You guys have a big weekend coming up. What are some things that you guys need to kind of tune up on a little bit in practice, maybe?
Yeah, for us, continue to get better on our side of the ball and crisp things up a little bit. But three big matches for us this weekend. These are going to be some tough opponents and helping us get ready for conference play. So, how do we increase our standard and our level of play while also starting to key on some things that our opponents are going to do and how we need to defend and attack them as well for the weekend. So, kind of doing a little bit of both in practice this week.
Gotcha. And then one thing I wanted to also talk about, we talked about the newcomers a little bit last week. Yeah. This week I kind of want to turn it a little bit towards the returners. Yeah. How important is it to have a good group of sophomores through seniors that are returning both on the court and to be good leaders for the newcomers off the court as well?
Yeah, I think it's huge to have veteran presence. Whether that's on the court, whether that's on the bench, but every day in practice is just they've been through it and they've been through a lot of different experiences, and so the ability to tell everybody and show by example as well, and just help guide the team as that way you're not having to reinvent the wheel. Hey, we've been in this situation, this is kind of how the best way to respond, or hey, things to look for, things to work on in practice, or when we're kind of struggling in practice to get the juices flowing, hey, we need to pick it up, and just having that presence, I think, is you can't put a price on it.
Yeah. And then turning it a little bit towards this weekend, Friday you guys take on Lawrence, currently 7-2, pretty good team. And then Saturday, doubleheader against UW Stevens Point, who was receiving votes preseason, and Wheaton, who's currently 8-0 and currently receiving votes. Definitely a tough weekend coming up. Yeah. What do you want to see from your team this weekend in order to show the highest level of competition?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to go out and battle every single point, every single set, however many sets we get to play. I want to go out and see us compete and continue to implement the things that we're trying to get better at, and also on a game plan standpoint, taking those steps. Obviously, we want to win, and we're going to compete to that level, but just really kind of see them start to continue to grow and turn the corner, and be able to take things in stride and adapt.
Definitely. And then kind of to wrap it up, what are the biggest goals for you, or you as you personally, and as a full team for the full season?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have our eyes on postseason play. It's been a few years since our program has made the postseason for the conference tournament, and so we would like to turn that corner. And so continuing to grow and develop and build the culture that we want, and be constantly making the tournament is our goal. So starts with this year.
Definitely. All right, that's it here on the Cougar Sports Network. Tune in to CUCougars.com this weekend to check out the women's volleyball team at Wheaton.